What is up, guys? My name is Sawcasm, and today I have a really good game for you. This is actually a 95-8 ground war domination on the map Village, and this is my closest attempt at a 100+ game. I know the 100+ game is pretty coveted in the YouTube community, but honestly, when I was, in this game, for most of the game, I actually wasn't thinking about getting the 100+. When I enter in any game, my main objective, my main mindset is just to get the win, and I really don't care about much else. But I did realize, a little bit further into the game that I did have a chance at maybe something a little bit better. So usually, like I said, when I enter in the game, I just want to win. But if something good like this does come out of it, then I am always excited. But yeah, so this is a pretty good game, like I said, and this is a pretty long game as well, so bear with me. But the class setup that I'm using in this gameplay is the Scar L with the 2 attachment proficiency and the attachments silencer and extended mags. Now, the Scar itself is an extremely versatile gun, and it's pretty decent at all ranges, especially close to medium range. That's where it's pretty much the most lethal, but it can get the job done at longer ranges, so that's why I like to use it as one of my main weapons. It's honestly, one of those guns that I know I could switch to and I could rely on in a situation where I need to try hard. And yeah, so the silencer and the extended mags attachments, I think silencer is pretty self-explanatory. It keeps you off the radar, so that allows you to play more aggressive. You could play, up in the enemy's face, and they won't really know where you are. And the extended mags attachment, this also lets you play pretty aggressive, since you can take out multiple enemies without having to reload, and that kind of sets you back when you have to take all that time to reload after you get 2 kills with a regular clip. So extended mags definitely helps you out and lets you play a little bit more aggressive. But you see I pick up one of my deaths there, and I cut the video a little bit. That's because I picked up like 3 deaths in a row, and I definitely did make a shit ton of mistakes. So sometimes some people maybe miss the 100+ game and they're a few kills off, and they could blame it on something else, like some random sniper camping in the back in a random ass spot. But that is definitely not the case in this game. I did make quite a few mistakes, and while I did play pretty well, obviously you have to play pretty well to get 95 kills in a game, but at the same time I did make a ton of mistakes, so I take full responsibility, obviously, because I'm the one who messed it up, nobody else. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that I could have done a lot better in order to get this 100+, in order to get just 5 more kills. That's all I really needed. I think a couple times I actually died like one off either my Overwatch or my Pavlo, so had I just played a little more careful at those times, that definitely would have boosted me up a little bit. But yeah, so those deaths before were pretty much one of 2 shitstorm death rounds that I had. And what I mean by this is, sometimes when you die once, it's kind of hard to get back into the action, especially on a big map like Village. You have to run all the way back, which is the first problem. And I know it sounds like it doesn't sound like a big problem, but you do have to run quite a long way, and by the time you actually get to where the enemy is grouped up, you're not in the same mindset as you were before. You don't really have the same amount of map awareness as before, when you were already over by the enemy and you kind of had a general idea of where the enemy was. So this, those shitstorm deaths actually do get to me twice this game. I think I got like 3 in a row once, and like 4 in a row later on. That was probably my biggest mistake in this game, honestly. After I died once, I just ran straight to where I died, and that just got me killed again. So you definitely want to avoid that when you are in a situation like this, or any situation in this game for that matter. But so yeah, I do cycle through my kill streaks quite a few times on this life, I believe, and I already have my Pavlo, and I'm calling in another Pred missile, so I know that I'm onto something here. This is about this time when I start to realize, what, I have a pretty good score right now, and the match is just about at that halfway point. So I figured, let me kick it up a notch and just try a little bit harder than I was doing before, and let's see if I get anything out of this. So this part right here, though, this is probably my biggest mistake of the game, honestly. I completely exposed myself to this whole open area, and when the enemy team does have a C, the C flag is a pretty hefty spawn for the enemy team, which means that a good majority of them do spawn there a lot of the time, and so I kind of exposed myself in a couple directions that I definitely didn't need to. It wasn't necessary for me to stick my whole body out there. I definitely should have just poked my head out and see if I could pick that guy off, and then maybe advance a little bit further, you know, a little bit at a time, or maybe I should have backed away. I'm not sure, but that definitely was not a good move on my part. So that right there was probably the play that, you know, cost me the 100 plus the most, I would say, and that was also the easiest to avoid. But yeah, so I just pick up another 2 deaths right there, and I don't really die too much from now to the end of the game, but basically all those deaths that you saw were my mistakes. And I know, like, it may sound like I'm being hard on myself, but those are easily avoidable. And you know, after watching the replay, I am pretty disappointed with myself, to be honest. Like, these are things that I easily could have done better and gotten a much better game, because 100 kills just sounds so much better than 95 kills, even though it's not, you know, that much of a difference in terms of the score, but it actually is. It's a big step up if you actually do get that. But yeah, so you can see I call it my Overwatch, and I was running the Overwatch pave low combination, which is pretty solid, of course, when you are going for high scoring games, because you do have the combination of the Overwatch and the pave low where they kind of defend each other when you have them both up at the same time. This way, if the enemy team starts to shoot at one or the other of them, then the other one could kind of defend, you know, defend the other kill streak from being shot down. They could shoot down the people trying to shoot down your kill streak. So they kind of defend each other, and it works both ways. And on top of that, with these 2 kill streaks, you can still, you know, get gun kills, which really helps you out in the long run if you are going for the high scoring game. So I would definitely recommend that kill streak setup. And I am running hardline in this game, and that is because mainly for the secondary effect. Yeah, the main primary effect, of course, is really good. You get all your kill streaks 1 kill sooner, which does let you, you know, cycle through them a lot easier and a lot faster. But at the same time, the assist, you know, the assists build up, because in a long game like this, you do happen to get quite a few assists, no matter, you know, how good you're playing. But this game was running pretty long, and the assists definitely started to build up, which did help me out in the long run. And yeah, you do want the game to, you know, run a little bit. You want the timer to run out a little bit when you are going for this high scoring games. And it does sound a little bit of, you know, a kill whore mindset. That's kind of what I'm sounding like right now, but it's the truth. In order to get, you know, these high scoring games, you definitely need a few things to go your way, and that is one of them. You need, first of all, the time to extend itself a little bit. Like I said, you need your kill streaks to do some work. So that is why I decided to switch to Assault even in this game, because you see that recently I've been running Specialists a lot, but once in a while on certain maps, like really wide open maps such as Village, I do like to run Assault to see, you know, how effective it can be. And if the other team is shooting kill streaks down, I'll usually switch, but in this game they weren't. But over here, I'm just trying to scramble to hopefully get those last few kills. But unfortunately, this guy chilling in the corner of that truck takes me out when I didn't even see him, because I was kind of tunnel visioned. You know, I just wanted to get those last few kills, so I was hoping to go in there Rambo style and take them all out. But unfortunately, he did kill me, so it's pretty disappointing, but still a good game nonetheless. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave me some feedback in the comments below, and that's about it. Thanks for watching. Blow!